we can start jabbering about.
Oh man,
We don't need to talk
hold
about
on
the
now.
Patriots.
The Patriots and Denver, you got both of y'all clashing for that top seed over there.
Nah, we got the top seed right now.
We got to walk down. We got to walk down the other night, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Walk down. Buffalo walked them down, man.
Josh Allen's loud. Let me show y'all niggas how it's done, man.
and that's the only thing that y'all got. Buffalo got it over y'all is experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's really it. But we got the tiebreaker, and we got one game ahead of y'all. So hopefully all roads go through Denver.
So that's
but
jig.
If not,
that's a penalty right there. That's jig.
Nah, it's not a penalty, but it's not the end of the season, and
who y'all last games?
We actually, let's see here. We got we got Jacksonville next.
That's actually gonna be tough right there.
It's a tough game right there. We got Jacksonville. We got Chiefs and Chargers.
Oh, Chiefs, that's a layup. Chargers,
Chargers still playing for something. So
don't worry about it.
We don't got an easy schedule.
Yes, y'all do.
How?
Yes, y'all do. Y'all can beat every last one of those teams, sir.
Jags are tough right now.
They regular.
Okay. Well, we'll see how regular they are.
They regular, buddy. You're just downplaying the fact that y'all number one seed, and you're gonna get it for that, buddy.
Trying to be humble.
Yeah, right. It's fucking humbleness, man.
Well, I can tell you one thing. The Seahawks up 14-13 in the third quarter. They just started third quarter not too long ago. 2 11-3 teams right there going at it. To be the head of the division.
And top seed and Bears is in there too. So we'll see. Sunday.
Everybody's everybody putting their money on the Rams lately. They said Matthew Stafford should be MVP.
Yeah. He out there wheeling and dealing, slinging that fucking cheese, man.
Yeah, he definitely elite.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy how these dudes getting up. What'd you say?
Said no, he elite though. Like don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's crazy how these dudes getting second life.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's like the new rules are extending their play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I ain't complaining, but
so I can get out there. See, you mean to tell me I can get out there and sling it a little bit, man? I'm just gonna go wildcat the whole time. Go right there.
Just right.
see how far that get me, man.
Hey, man. Phillip Rivers out there. Why not?
Phillip Rivers out there with that pot belly, man. That motherfucker was slinging that sidearm out there. He's getting that shit out quick as hell. I said, this nigga Phillip balling.
Fresh off the couch. He's fresh out the couch.
Fresh off he coaches high school, his son. So like he was talking about that. Both his sons play on the high school team that he was coaching. His son is like a quarterback or whatever. So he's like, hey man, he got them 10 kids. He's like, look, man, I ain't watching no more kids. He got 10 kids.
He got 10 kids, y'all.
He a grandfather. One of his kids got a baby.
Yeah, he got 10 kids. That's why he went back to work.
He definitely went back to work.
That's why he really went back to work.
Oh man, but yo, we here now, man.
That's right. Here, man? This is episode 15 of Off the Parkway podcast. I'm your host, James. We got Big Sue as usual, and we got a guest host today, Mr. Jamal Jackson, aka Prince.
Oh
Jackson.
wow.
Sir.
This is regular Jamal.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem with it. And if y'all don't know, these two are on to the left and right of me are basketball extraordinaires. You know what I mean?
Wow.
From the
relax.
From the world famous St. Pat's team.
Nobody knows who that is, sir. That's no need. Exactly.
Plenty of people know what it is.
Much rather I play for Maris. But
You ain't gonna get nowhere. As you can see, God bless the
I don't
dead
know
over
about
there,
that.
but I ain't gonna mention no names. God bless the dead though.
You know who you talking about. You know
Oh
who you
man,
talking
niggas
about.
top. Is a top rank thief, man.
And
Shoot.
players.
Yeah, just it's just way the leagues go to that brother.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
man,
But that's what happens, you know what I mean? Marriage some chickens, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But how y'all brothers doing? Sue, what's going on?
I'm all right, man. I'm coming down with something. Pause. Still feeling a little sick. Got a little bit of a cough. But trying to keep myself healthy. Be ripping and running out here every day, man. Got to try to keep yourself healthy. Take some vitamins, drink water. But I'm all right. I'm gonna get through. Ain't got no time to be complaining. Ain't nobody gonna listen. So I just got to go get pushed through it. But I'm doing all right.
Hey, you gotta still make the money regardless, even though if you got the gout. You know what I mean?
Out.
Out here limping. Still got to do it.
What's
Foot
going on,
like this,
Mr.
foot like
Jackson?
this, man. Nah, everything good, man. I'm actually super excited. Sue told me about this a little earlier. And this is something that I always wanted to do. So I'm definitely appreciate the opportunity to actually be here. But this is definitely something I always wanted to do. If I'm lucky enough to be on one of the future episodes, I'm gonna have me a microphone and all that type of stuff, man. I'm gonna get ready.
Now, Maul,
Yeah,
man,
man.
just so you know, Maul, man, we up and coming, man. We just started, man.
Okay.
So
No,
we trying to get we trying to get our swag right, man. We trying to get
listen.
our motion right with this whole thing. We trying to figure it out, man.
Because I'm not as heavy on what's that TikTok, but I was on today, and then you guys was the first thing that popped up.
Mm.
Oh, look at
Yeah, it
that.
was like
Look
it
at
was
that.
it was the very first thing that popped up. I was like, because you had right after you had told me, I don't know if it's the algorithm or whatever just set up,
Well,
but then
that's the thing. They call
yeah.
James Young algorithm.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
So yeah, he controls it.
yeah.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
I can
Yes,
tell
problem,
you
sir.
one
sir.
thing. There's a lot of lonely days in this beginning trying to get going. I can tell you that right now. Them views, when we first get started, them views was looking scarce. I'm going, we
Yeah.
scrambling for 5 views, but now we up there. We getting more views.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
moving up, and the people get to see us grow. That's the one thing about this that I like. They seeing us grow. We're getting better with the technology. We're getting better with the socials. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Soon we're gonna have better everything, hopefully.
Mm.
But you know what I mean? We're learning. We're learning.
So
We're trying to get
as we
everything going.
go along and as we continue to grow, pause. If you like what you see, man, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our podcast, and man, we're gonna try to keep giving y'all the content that y'all like, talk about it, engagement, and go from there, man. It's only up.
That's right. It's only up. So what's been going on in your world, Mr. Jackson? Anything new?
No, actually, in my world of in-home therapy, I actually been a little bit back in your area, in Jersey City. So I've been in and out of there. I actually love going over there. I didn't at first, and we know the reason why, but
Way to lead, sir. Way to lead.
no, but I've been back. Jersey City got a lot of little vegan spots, like vegan cafes and stuff like that. So every time I'm over there, I get to stop for like lunches and stuff like that. I was over there by the Hudson Lanes,
Yeah.
um, Jersey City University. I was all in that area. So yeah, so I've been back over there, which is an area I haven't really been in
So
like
so
maybe like over a year or so.
so Maul, you said that you got a nice some good vegan spots, and so talk a little bit about your vegan journey, man. Like how long you been trying to do it? Because that I know a lot of people be asking questions about it. I tried it for a little bit, man, and
I tried it.
Yeah,
I tapped out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But talk how long you been
So
doing it?
so for me now, it's been my daughter's. I would say like 10 years now, right? And initially we talking like within the first month I was ready to quit, like like because at that point we all working out, right? Then I just make this cold turkey switch that I'm going vegan. and you start to get the little skinny neck. I was like, yo, I can't do it.
Mm.
I was like, I can't do it, man. But
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yo,
Young wet bird neck, man.
start having the bacon neck collar. So, but eventually,
Young chicken
I,
George neck, man.
I think I went from like 192 to like 179 fast. And I was like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I didn't, I mean, I felt good, but I was like, no, you're just losing a lot of weight. But then you start going back up slow, I guess the right way. Um, so now it's just something that I just do. It's just a way of life now. Every now and then, like I want to be like completely transparent. Every now and then, you'll may eat like shrimp, um, or a slice of pizza or something like that. Like especially if it's nothing else, because if I go to certain people cookouts or something, there ain't gonna be a lot of food I can eat.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have to find like some shrimp or just be in there eating salad or something like that. But it's been it's not difficult anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
know I gave it a shot. I tried it for like a month and
Mm.
I didn't last because at that time it wasn't plenty of options like the restaurants and stuff got now. They have
Yeah,
tons of options that you can get. You got plenty of places that you can go. I was just trying to survive with French fries and salads and
yeah,
stuff like
it'd be
that,
tough.
and it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
working. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I couldn't do it. It didn't last long at all. I gave it a
Mm.
good solid month, and I went right back to eating chicken and all that stuff, man. I
Mm.
couldn't do it no more, man.
Yeah, I tried it the same time me and Maul started together, and after we was watching that What the Health
Yep.
documentary on Netflix, we saw that we was like, oh hell no, we got so like after seeing the process of food, processed food, the meats that and how they're made in different areas is like nah, this isn't right and stuff like that. So you start doing your research on things. So I mean I was all right for a couple years. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I put a couple years in, and then after a while, man, just I don't know. It just I felt like my body wasn't responding without enough protein, to certain
Mhm.
things. You know what I mean?
mm,
My weight was weird. My body was weird. I was, you know what I mean? And I was just like I attributed it to not getting enough protein. Pause. In my system. So pause. So I was making sure. I guess I slowly kind of all right. I went to just fish and stuff like that, and then I was eating fish and seafood for another couple years, and then maybe just recently I was like, all right, I guess I go to chicken and stuff like
mm,
that. But man, it
yeah.
takes a little discipline. It takes
Yeah.
a belief and consistency, and it is what it is, man.
And it was
And
some fear. There's a little fear for me too. Like,
mm,
my parents passed away from cancer, so I wanted to do something completely different from them. Like my lifestyle was
mm,
already different from theirs and how they came up in the streets and stuff like that. So my lifestyle was different already, but I wanted to change the diet. And I guess I look at it like giving myself a chance. Like who know you still have people who was vegan and still had cancer, but I figure let me give myself the best chance possible to be healthy.
mm-hmm.
Now, more. Let me ask you: do you do the alkaline diet, or you just try to
No.
just do the vegan
No,
only?
yeah, just like vegan only. I'm not. I think the alkaline for because of like definitely like my job and stuff like that. Like you ripping and running, it's hard. I think the people who doing alkaline or meal prepping and stuff like
Yeah.
listen, hey James, I'm probably I might be the heaviest I've ever been now. Like and feeling good. Like I'm like 192, but I may eat once a day, which
Mm.
is not really good either. But like I probably eat like once on average like once a day,
It depends on
and
what you're eating that one time a day. It may not
yeah,
be
Yeah.
the
yeah. I mean,
worst thing in the world.
it's still something. I'm not eating horrible for that one
Mm-hmm.
time a day. It's something good. But I know people who meal prep and they eat at a certain time and
Yeah.
alkaline this. I'm not that's disciplined to do that.
Yeah, one of the previous pods we was talking about the alkaline diet.
Mm.
It was a kid who had cancer, and he was doing the chemo and all that stuff, and it wasn't working. The doctor was giving up, and his family went to the holistic doctor, and they got
Hmm.
him on the alkaline diet. Turned around and got way better.
Yeah, they did say that if your body is at that certain level of alkaline, whatever, that no type of disease can live inside you. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that's
Right.
something to try. If you can do it, if I could do it, yeah, I would do it. Like.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
even know what it entails to do it. I got to
It
look it up.
certain foods have it like whether it's certain greens and stuff like that, it all has a certain alkaline level.
Yeah.
And they only eat that stuff. So they might eat a lot
Mm,
of kale and carrots, it's raw, fruits and stuff like that. They probably like raw vegans. So they're
Hmm.
not doing none of this meat substitutes. Like I'll do meat substitute. They're not doing none of that.
Hmm.
mm,
Like definitely no pasta because pasta turns into sugar and
yeah,
sugar and cancer holds on to sugar. Like I've been, yeah, like that's how deep I'm into it because I've just been looking up some of that stuff. But yeah, them alkaline, heavy diet people, they're serious.
yeah. I know for the diet stuff, like I know I always try to do a low carb, low no sugar.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So all the meals are still, chicken, tuna, turkey, ground turkey, and the fish. You know what I mean? I like snapper, I like the whiting and stuff like that. But it depends on how you get it done. You don't want to get the fried stuff. But I try to keep it like that. And it's been pretty, it's been working pretty well. As long as you keep
Hmm.
up with your exercise and stuff like that, it's pretty good. If you can't work out as much as you can, like you want to, like I know my back be acting up and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So, if you can try to control your
Some say different
portions,
reasons why, but
Definitely.
but if you could try to control your portions, you'll get better. But
Yeah.
that was a murder suit, and you know what I mean. But that's all I try to do is just I don't eat as much in a day too. I might eat 2 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But I do carry like protein drinks or like a protein bar to hold me over for a little while.
Yeah, I need to start doing that. I just
right,
happened
right.
to look up a alkaline like pictures of alkaline diets, and I'm seeing like kiwi, avocado, blueberries, walnuts, like so they're doing stuff like that. Like nothing's cooked though. I
Oh,
don't see it.
you can get that from your from your garden.
I
Where you
knew
at?
it. I knew it. I knew it.
I'm freaking
So
looking
from a
at
mile away, buddy.
look, I'm looking outside the project windows right now. Ain't no garden out
No.
there, man.
Oh
There's
man.
no projects, but you know what I mean. What we getting into today, fellas? You
I
know what I
mean
mean.
that man, we didn't get a chance to we're a couple days off that NBA Cup, man. The finals just happened.
Yeah.
You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah,
We get
yeah,
into the
yeah,
sports heavy, obviously, on the Off the Parkway podcast. And we talked about it on the last pod, and we knew what the preview of the finals was the Knicks versus the Spurs. We had some predictions. I predicted the Spurs to win, and Mr. Gaston over here predicted the Knicks, and he was right. He was right, man. Like how's it feel for a perfect prediction, sir? And how you
Oh
feel
man.
about that win on our Knicks, man?
Hey man, it's only a 1-0 prediction, so trust me, I got a long way to go. But the Knicks did their thing. I enjoyed the team effort. They hang in there and they play defense, but it always feels like they have to fight from behind all the time, yo. And I think it takes so much out the team and they gotta, turn it up a whole new level for the fourth quarter. Wemby was out there being an alien, doing his thing, but Mitchell Robinson was very key. But I just hate the fact
Yeah,
that,
we got to talk about Mitch, but go ahead.
yeah, I just hate the fact that they always are down and they got to fight back. They were down tonight too. They was playing Indiana. They was down by 18 of them, and they fought back and they won by 1 point tonight. Brunson hit a three to win the game. So I'm like, come on.
I didn't even know we played tonight, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know he's
They
playing
they
there.
they look
Yeah.
they look super tired tonight.
Yeah.
So you know what that means? That means like if that's gonna be the theme of the Knicks, then it's something to see late in the season, or even when you go
Yeah.
into the playoffs, because now you have the weary legs, you kind of exhausted from fighting. It's a double-edged sword though, because you will know how you won't give up when you are down. So I guess that's a good thing. But when you playing these good teams in the playoffs, they're not gonna let you come back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But the
Yeah.
Knicks do show. But I also question I question what happens if Jalen if Brunson has a bad game during
Mm-hmm.
those needed comebacks. What
Yeah.
then?
So
Like,
I think that's a good question. Before I even give my opinion on that question right there, just my thoughts on that game. I thought it was a great game. You know, I
Yeah.
felt like we battled and they put up a really fight. Their youth showed early in the game. You know, the Knicks, then we're not really a youthful team. We got guys that's kind of in their prime, back into their prime, you know, late 20s, early 30s. We got a bunch of those. We ain't got a bunch of young Thundercats on our team that can, you know, run up and down and things like that. You know, when Mike Brown came to the team, he was supposed to, you know, kind of push our pace up, but our pace is still one of the lowest in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just because we ain't trying to run around like that. You know what I'm saying? But the youth, all the wings on that team, you know, Stephon Castle, he a dog. Dylan Harper, he a dog. Like they got, you know, Shan Penny. You got, they got a bunch
Fox?
of, yeah, they got a bunch of Fox was, you know, and he's still fast as hell, you know. So and then we got that alien, you know what I mean. So I felt like they was giving Brunson a lot of problems, you know, and I think Mike Brown made an adjustment. And what I took from that game is that if this was last year, the Knicks would have lost that game because Tom Thibodeau would have just stayed with his five and
Yeah.
he wouldn't have made some adjustments. Like they was giving so much pressure to Jalen Brunson, he had a turnover. So
Yeah.
he made a move and he
Yeah.
put Tyler Kolek in there just to get another
Yeah.
ball handler in there to take that pressure off him so he could just attack instead of trying to set something up. And that worked. Tyler Kolek, who was when he was in college at Marquette, he was like the damn near the best point guard in the country. You know what I mean? As a lefty distributor, pass first type of guy, but can hit a jump shot, can, you know, make shots if he need to and create for other people. And he coached a great game. And so what I took from that is that the Knicks is different. So when, just to kind of circle back to, you know, that question, Maul, when Brunson is not having a great game, I can trust that Mike Brown isn't going to be afraid to make some adjustments that Tom Thibodeau would have been stuck in.
Okay.
So if that means we're going to
Okay.
play through Mikal Bridges now or play through OG, who playing like damn near Scottie Pippen 2.0, or play through Cat, who's always been a number one option since he's been in the league, you know, we can do that, and hopefully they're able to pick up the slack. You know what I mean? But it was a lot of people that showed up in that game, man, and I think that was huge. You know, a huge win for the Knicks as an organization. Going forward to get them some confidence, like you said, Maul. That's gonna show. That's gonna be something that shows up in the later end of the season. You know what I mean? To show how you can win in these tight games when you're in the playoffs, end of the year, and things like that. So, because if the Knicks want to get anywhere, they gotta, you know, they're gonna have to have those type of games and kind of, you know, win those out.
And me not being a Knicks fan want to give the Spurs an excuse, so I'm going to give them one. Wemby was on minute restrictions also.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 20
So I
minutes.
mean, so yeah, so that is a fact that I have somebody who is as dynamic as Wemby only can play 20, 25 minutes. I mean, that's a major thing. However, that Mitchell Robinson gave you a lot of second opportunities, and he always do. He's consistent with that. So I'm not going. I don't think it matters if you 8 feet tall. Like he's going to get them second chance points. Um, but when they start doing the Hacker Robinson, which other teams will do, like
Mm-hmm.
it's going to slow down some of that tempo and that momentum that you guys may have. But yeah, that's the Knicks is fighting to come out of the East, and all it looks like right now everything is going to go through OKC.
Mm-hmm.
So what you said about bringing in the other guard to help them out, you do that to them with the experience they got at OKC. Somebody going on the block. It's too little. Like I want to stick with this game, but just
Yeah.
fast forward
Yeah.
if they make it out, it is a call, and I think the other options that you say, you know, playing through OG
So,
and things like that, because you can easily just have OG bring the ball up and
yeah.
get Brunson off the ball, and that can be
But
an option too.
Brunson, they got that CP in them all. Pause.
No, he going on the block because Brunson don't like Brunson. He's not going to risk getting them fouls or getting
Mm.
tired because he you gotta have him at the end. And one thing that Brunson
CP
Brunson
ain't
have
give a hell about that. You wasn't posting him up.
No, he wasn't posting them up. But like Brunson, one thing, like he's delivered. Like I've seen him have bad games before, but not in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, nah. And he'll
Like
never give you
when
2 bad games in a row.
nope,
Nah.
nope.
Mm-mm.
He's a dog like that.
I just want to just say one thing about Mitchell Robinson, man. There's nobody in the league that's like Mitchell Robinson. Like
No,
what he do on a basketball court, he is a 7-foot Dennis Rodman. Like it's if you want to find a way to describe him, I heard people saying Ben Wallace and stuff like that, and maybe you could look at Ben Wallace because he protect the rim, a little bit. But like I remember how Dennis Rodman used to get rebounds and how he got it and then just created extra opportunities and hustled and played defense and was able to switch off. Like Mitch can do so much defensively on the team. He is invaluable. The thing that has always gotten his way has been injuries. But what he brings to a team, like that's what you need to win a championship.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? So if he can stay healthy, then the Knicks got a shot. If he goes through this season and he
yeah,
gets hurt, and he always does, if he gets hurt and he's not playing towards the end, or he's hampered by his injuries towards the end, then it's gonna be that much tougher. But Mitch, man,
yeah.
he's on, like, he pushing Wemby under the basket at 7-5. And Wemby ain't no weak dude no more. You
Mm-mm.
know what I mean? Like so. He's still able to get 10 offensive rebounds in 20 minutes. Who the
Yeah,
fuck does that? And he does that shit consistently.
yeah. Every night.
Get that right under the basket, put back dunks, able to switch off on guards. Like Mitch is different, man. And his what he brings to a team is invaluable, man.
Yeah.
He Dennis Rodman 2.0, 7-foot Dennis Rodman.
I know we've been talking about Mitch.
Pause.
Yeah, I know we've been talking about Mitch and Tyler Kolek, but I want to give a shout out to Clarkson. Clarkson showed up too.
He showed up. He showed up and showed
Permanent
out.
green light.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. He was in his mode. He's hit them 2 back-to-back threes. He was fired up. We got it going. So, you know what I mean, big win. You know what I mean? I really appreciate it. We got something to look forward to,
They ain't hanging the banner up.
Nah. They said no banner. We're
No
just
banner.
gonna chill on Friday. They said, just come and chill. But a lot of the rumblings was the NBA might make them put a banner up.
I hope so. It's silly. Just put the damn banner up.
I think we did it in LA.
Yeah, LA. If the
Yeah.
Lakers can do it, then the Knicks can do it.
Yeah, we did it.
Like, I get why they wanted to, like send a message like we're playing for something bigger, but put the damn banner up, nigga. We ain't win nothing, and I don't know in none of our lifetimes. So man,
And shout out to the Knicks for going to get Clarkson. Y'all usually trade them players away. Y'all bucket getters, Jamal Crawford and all of Jamal Crawford should still be there. Should have never got away with him.
The new rumors is they talking to Minnesota to get Dante back.
DiVincenzo, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work money wise, but they're trying to get Yabusele out of there.
Yeah, they probably is.
Hey, this is off topic. We don't got to spend too much time on it. But can somebody explain to me how Josh Hart is right-handed, but the ball can't touch his right hand? Now that I said it, everybody go watch him. He cannot dribble he never dribbles with his right hand, and he's right-handed. He goes right with the left hand.
Hey, Mo,
It's weird.
We, playing basketball coming up and stuff like that, and the better you get at basketball, the higher level you play, players start to use, their offhand and be good at it, and you're taught to practice on that constantly. So, it's just as good as the other hand. So I've noticed sometimes with some people that they overcompensate to the point where the offhand is now they go-to hand. And maybe that's what it is for Josh.
Only thing he do with that right hand is shoot it. He would not dribble with that ball. He won't pass it with the right hand.
His fingers messed up though.
On the right hand?
He gonna have to get at the end of the season. He gonna have to get surgery.
Then maybe that's it. But I watched him last year, and he did the same thing. So I don't know.
I don't think that had anything to do with it.
He didn't play like that in college. I've been watching him closely. I think I could take. That's one player I think I could take his spot.
Listen, I ain't trying to deal with Josh Hart a whole freaking game, man.
Nah.
That's too much, man. You're gonna end up wanting to fight him, man.
Definitely.
And he played too much, clearly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Shoot, they got all clips of him doing that BS when they won the trophy and all that
That
stuff.
nigga played too much, man. I
Is
know.
that the thing we say he put his thumb in somebody's?
Jalen Brunson. He just just like poked him in the ass.
So that was
and shit.
real.
Pause.
So that was real. People was like, "What's that
he
AI?"
played too much.
Nah,
that wasn't AI.
Nah, they just play around too much. That's all.
But
Making
millions of dollars.
Shout out to the Knicks for the win, though.
Definitely.
Let's let's give another shout out to Bud, man. Bud retired, man. He hung up the boxing gloves, man. Crawford, man, he just got the win with Canelo, and he just said, "Yo, I'm done. It's a wrap." How y'all feel? Is his career, is that the way to end it, or he should be still boxing?
Nope. He should go ahead on and retire. I don't think there's no more fights for him. He has demolished the best. It's not even like he convincingly beat everybody that was in front of him. He was a good prize fighter for the big name fights, and he hurt them too. I think that, like I wouldn't want him to go the rest of his career where he's just giving away money to other fighters on the up and coming. Because that's what he's gonna be. He will be somebody else's biggest payday. Like Mayweather probably would have done that or whatever, but Bud is like he's serious, and I think Bud has a little bit of that B hop in him, where if you let him study you for a whole whatever 12 weeks at camp, he's gonna beat you. Like it's nothing you can do. Like he's that good of a boxer. But I think that I think it's a little disgust with boxing too. Like, cause he didn't pay that money. And they said he had to vacate the belts and things like that. But everybody they stripped him of the belt. So, but I think it don't matter for him. Like he got the respect that he need. The belts is just some hardware. Everybody know like pound for pound he's that guy. But I don't see any other major fights out there. Who like is he in the same weight class with Boots?
Not right now, but he can dip. I mean, he came out of that weight class to fight Canelo. You know, I mean, Boots is in 147.
Yeah, I don't think it's no more fights. So I'm not even upset with him for retiring. Retire while you still got all your faculties. You're not losing your mind. You made a whole lot of money. Go ahead on back on and be the illest nigga in Nebraska, man.
He the illest nigga in Nebraska in history. We ain't never know a nigga from Nebraska that ill. Now, I don't know if that's saying anything.
Well, I don't know. Well, nah, he wasn't from Nebraska. He just played for Nebraska. That damn Tommy Frazier.
Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing like him, man.
Listen, man. Listen. I'm a boxing guy. You know, it's football, basketball, and boxing. You know, those my three top sports, and I've always been a big fan of Bud, man. And when people was trying to choose Errol Spence over him, I was like, nah, Bud. When people was trying to talk about other fighters, I was like, nah, Bud is that dude that 140, 147, whatever. Even when he was 130, 135, I knew about Bud, and he was ducked. He was severely ducked. It had a lot to do with his promotion. You know, he was fighting under a different banner. He wasn't fighting under the PBC, where everybody else was around that time. So they was using politics to kind of duck him. And so he wasn't getting those big fights. So he couldn't, he wasn't, seen by the masses as, it's a big time fighter, you know what I mean? So it was easy to play politics with him. But he stayed patient through it all and beat everybody that was in front of him to the point where like they had to give him a shot, and he took advantage of it and he beat the people that he beat, you know what I mean? And Bud is different, man. He's easily this era's GOAT in my eyes. And I think that as far as the retirement part, I get it. You know what I mean? He's 39 years old, and there is no fights for him. I mean, unless you want to go rematch with Canelo, but why? If you want to go rematch with Errol Spence, why? You beat those guys
You
pretty
destroyed them. Yeah.
handily. You know what I mean? So there's no thing where it's like, yeah, let's do it again. It'll only benefit them. So he should be at a point where I'm not benefiting nobody else but myself. The whole Boots thing, that does nothing for him. He'll be giving Boots
Nope.
the shot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Boots is up and coming, but Boots ain't fighting nobody. He don't deserve a shot at no damn Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? Boots got a pound of pavement like they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He gonna have to take those fights and come up before he got. I want to see Boots fight other people before they really talk about he can fight. Bud. I don't know. I don't know if Boots like that. I know it looked like that when he fighting these other dudes, but he ain't fighting nobody no big name yet. So I need to see that pause. But I just would like him. I would like him to get one fight where he's the A side of the card. You know what I mean? When he was Errol Spence, he was the B side. When he fought Canelo, he was the B side. So he wasn't making the big money on those fights. So I would like to see him get a fight where he's the money man in it. And go from there. He ain't got to go in and fight 50, get 8 more fights to get to 50 like Floyd. Nah, he ain't got to do that. But I would like to see him just get one more fight where he can make that money. And he got a lot of kids, man. So he might
Yeah.
want to put. But I gotta imagine that the cost of living in Nebraska ain't about shit. So
Not in that Midwest.
but nah, man. But shout out to Bud, man. Like I get why he retired, like you said, all that stuff with the the WBO. They stripped him because he ain't paid the fees and all that stuff, and there's a lot of politics with that. But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? He don't owe nothing to nobody, man. He can retire and he'll be solidified and stamped as one of the greats. He don't need nothing else. So if he does stop it here, hey man, we saw one of the greatest.
Yeah. I think he leaves a major void too. It's a major void. Like, cause we no matter what, we know that Canelo is that guy. I think only Bud would be able to beat him, I think, anyway, like in that weight class. So, all right, so Canelo goes back to being the face, but all right, he lost to such and such. Like, I mean, he lost to Bud, so it's like a little bit of a void there, because who's the next face? I mean, Canelo almost on his way out.
Yeah, I'm about to say Canelo
Yeah.
on his way out.
So
Yeah,
it's like,
and that's why I mean, we obviously in the lower weight classes, you got Shakur, you got you got Devin Haney, you got those type of guys. You know what I mean, and Shakur Tiafimo about to fight soon.
yeah,
Um,
January 31st.
yeah. So you got those guys and those, so yeah, there is no big star, because now Bud finally at 30, 39, he was becoming that. Canelo, that loss kind of took some air out his tire, so and he on his way out. So who's
Yeah.
left for him to fight? You know what I mean? He can try to do the rematch with Bivol, but Bivol, he don't want, I don't think he wants to. Now they would have been did it by now. So I don't know. I guess we got hope that Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fill that void right now.
Come on, man. One thing I just gotta say about Bud, well, really for boxing itself, before we go to Jake Paul, and this is maybe the reason why Jake Paul exists, with his shenanigans right now. But it looks like boxing is running out of competitors. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of crazy part that Bud is 39, which he shouldn't still be boxing at 39. You know what I mean? I think he, did his full boxing career at that age. But it just seems like every time we talk about these big time boxers is that you got to replay the same ones you already did to have a big fight. There's no one new and upcoming or anybody else around that you can be like, hey, you should fight this dude next, or you should fight this dude next. It's just mostly the lower tier guys who are just trying to work their way up and on the totem pole. They all have people that they need to fight. But it just seemed like for the big name guys, there's no one left anymore.
Mm-mm.
But there is up and coming guys though, and obviously you got to be kind of versed in boxing and kind of know those guys, because if you just like kind of novice, you won't know them. But there's up and coming guys, and the problem with boxing is that they don't, because people be so scared to fight, and people be skills, so scared to, make matches and take chances, on certain things, that you don't get a chance to see some of these guys. You know what I mean? And it's kind of funny. We called it Jake Paul shenanigans, but kind of what he do is kind of good for boxing, and we can kind of get into that as we, get ready to talk about that. But there's up and coming guys. They just gotta. Boxing is going through a transition right now with Turkey. Al Sheik from that's involved in boxing right now. You got Dana White that's involved in it as well, and they're trying to put some new energy into boxing and trying to make one sanctioning body to where people can't pick and choose like that no more. So if they able to get it to like that, the way UFC operates, that's gonna be boxing gonna be a lot different. People ain't gonna be able to hide like they used to. You know what I mean? But with that, we can go on forever about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that's kind of crazy though for a sport. You can pick and choose who you want to fight, and you can duck and stuff like that. That's watered down boxing big
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
yo.
it's always
because you
been like
got
that.
you got these rankings, right? Like, and almost like number one and number two may go their whole career and never fight.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
Like
and
like
that shouldn't be. That should never
there,
be the case when it comes
That's
because
down
why
to
my
something
boy.
like that.
if that's the case, get
That's
rid of
why
rankings.
I keep Turkey, man. He trying to get rid of that, man. He trying to make the best fight the best. He trying to team up
Which,
with Dana White, use his
yeah,
format. They're gonna figure
exactly.
it out.
Then get rid of the rankings and let's
Yeah,
just
It's too
let's
many belts.
Mhm.
It's too many belts. You got the IBO, the WBO, IBF, all these different, joint. It's too many of them. You know what I mean? They kind of got to just get rid of most of these belts, and just, one belt for one weight class, and you got the champion, and you got
yeah,
your contenders under it, and people fight the best. When you got all these other belts, people can hold this. So, well, I got my belt, I ain't got to fight him. You fight him.
yeah.
And it become a whole game. You know what I mean? But they gotta fix it. They fix it. Boxing to be different.
Mm.
yeah. So you know, what I mean that with boxing still on the topic, Jake Paul and Joshua getting together, man, and it's a lot of mixed reviews. There's a size difference between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. People expect Anthony Joshua to knock this dude out before the third round, but a lot of people don't believe that this is going to be a real fight as well on the other side. They feel like all Jake Paul fights are just entertainment and they're staged. So how do you guys feel about this upcoming fight?
I you know I have a newfound respect for Jake Paul for taking this fight. What with all things given, if there's no funny business with this, and everything is real, and this is a fight where they're gonna both go out there and compete to win, I I gained a lot of respect for Jake Paul, because for him to say like, for him to say I'll fight Tank was a risk. You know what I mean? But you could look at it like, all right, he a lot bigger than Tank, and like, maybe he going to use his size and smother him and try to use a different tactic. But that still was a risk, because Tank is a real boxer. Even though he's small, he got power, and that was going to be difficult for and Tank is cerebral. That was going to be difficult for Jake Paul. But when he decided to say, that fight fell through, and he's like, I'll take Anthony Joshua. That's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua is an Olympic gold, medalist. He's a 2-time heavyweight champion. He is 6'6", and he puts niggas the fuck out. You know what I mean? So, like, it's for Jake Paul, who has took boxing very serious. I think he's to be commended for that. He's no longer a YouTuber. He's a boxer now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So he's took boxing very serious. The people he trained under is super legit. He get work. You know what I mean? But boxing, man, these guys, they've been doing this stuff since they've been like 6 years old, man. And they just got a 20-year jump on Jake. And no matter what he's learned, he'll whoop our ass. But you're getting there with a world champion boxer, like, it's just a little different. You know what I mean?
Does he
So
does he have does Jake Paul have that I got nothing to lose thing on his side because he go out there and get knocked out. He's supposed to.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I saw they face off. He was saying that. He
Okay.
said, "Yo, he said the pressure's all on you." He was talking to Andy Josh. He said, "The pressure's all on you. I'm playing with house money. You know what I mean? Like I have no pressure. I'm gonna go out there. I could just fight, and if I lose, is what
Eh,
I'm supposed to do. You know." So
Okay. So now maybe even switching like the way we going with this topic, does a knockout hurt his brand? Like he's a person who's a YouTuber willing to fight all these guys. He go out there and get knocked out. Can he still do this?
it don't hurt his brand.
Yeah.
I don't think it hurt his brand because he's fighting somebody who's significantly bigger than him. He's fighting the world, and I think he's being respected for the most part for taking, for calling him out,
Mm,
and so he get knocked out is what everybody expected anyway. I think he would have took a hit if Tank would have knocked him out,
okay.
but Joshua is what everybody's expecting, so it's just
Yeah.
gonna be like, all right, so now
I,
whatever.
I think that it's not a hit on Jake Paul. It's more of a hit on Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua just lost his last fight. So he needs to prove himself and mop this dude up to show that he's serious.
He got to
And
knock
if
him
you
out.
don't,
You gotta knock him out.
yeah, if he don't knock him out in a certain amount of time, they're gonna think he bullshitting. You know what I mean? And they're gonna think that he's not ready for his next fight as well. But back to your point earlier, Sue, I disagree because I think Jake Paul's still playing around with this boxing thing too, as entertainment wise, because he jumped out the window for Anthony Joshua because you might think it's crazy, but crazy sells. So he said, well, I can't do Tank. Tank fell through. I now have to find something else in a short period of time. So now I'm going crazy with it. I'm going to find a bigger guy and make it a more spectacle so I can get more money coming in. So the thing is that it still got that feeling to me that it could be staged in a way. But then again, it's so much at stake for Anthony Joshua that he gonna have to perform
Mm.
unless he getting paid so much money under the table that he don't mind risking his boxing career.
He's called out Anthony Joshua before this even happened. He's called out the Canelo a few times. He's called these people out. You know what I mean? So like what I'm saying is I think he's a little bit nutty enough to where
Yeah.
I think he thinks that Anthony Joshua got a chin. They got a weak chin. You know what I mean? He and it's been noise about that because Ruiz had put him down before, Dubois. And he's been put down before, and and Jake Paul got power. So I think he thinks in his mind that he has enough boxing skill that he can get a clean shot on him, and he has enough belief in his power that it'll do some damage. I
Why
don't.
not go pro?
Again, a spectacle or not, that's kind of crazy to be chancing that on Anthony
Yeah.
Joshua though. That's
You
like
can't
again,
you can't
if
you
you know
can die in
boxing,
there.
yeah,
You can
if you
die in
know
there.
boxing, that's not the guy you create a spectacle with. You know what I mean? Like that, like there's no like he put people lights out. Like Anthony Joshua is not to be
So
toyed with. So
He
I
got
don't know.
he got to put asses in the seats.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? He got to. You know what I mean? Especially he on Netflix, you gonna have to put asses in the seats,
Oh yeah,
man.
absolutely.
So why not turn pro? Why not be a real boxer?
That's a good question, Mo.
I think he got he I mean, some of those fights are pro fights. You know what I mean? They count. He has a record. You know what I
Okay,
mean? So
okay.
like, so some of those ones. So he's technically a pro fighter. Some of
They're
those
not
fights are
they're not exhibition.
some are exhibitions. Like the Mike Tyson
Okay.
fight was an exhibition, but like the one with Tommy Fury, that was a real fight. The one with one of those MMA dudes, a couple of them was real fights. He has a record, and he has a
Mm.
loss on his record, and he got wins on his record. So I
I
mean,
think
he's
the Tank
technically
one was a real fight. The Tank one was, yeah, because they wouldn't allow him to fight in Florida, I think, because of the size difference.
I don't think it was going to be a real fight because they not in the same weight class. I think that was an exhibition too. So that was going to be an
Mm.
exhibition. But like, because you got to be in the same weight class for it to count as a fight. So it was going to be a huge discrepancy in the weight. because there's no way that Tank was gonna catch it. Was gonna fight at his weight. You know what I mean? He'd have been fat as hell in there, and he couldn't come down to Tank. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No,
He can't come
He
down to
go.
freaking 130. So like
no.
it was gonna that wasn't gonna happen. But again, just to kind of switch gears from the fight, and we can talk about predictions and all that stuff. But Jake Paul, he does a lot for boxing, you know, whether people know it or not. You know what I mean? Like he for women's boxing, he's put like he has women co-main events in all his cards. He
Yeah,
always have
yeah.
women fighting on there,
Hmm.
and he put a shine on them that other boxing promotions don't. And the chicks, they fuck with him heavy. You know, he got Alicia Bumgarner, you know, fighting on this co-main event. You
I
know, she
mess with
tough.
her.
That's
She
my
tough.
girl, man. Yeah,
Oh,
she
listen, she
bad. She
bad.
bad
She
too.
bad.
Yeah. But yeah, not like so he put a shine on him. You know what I mean? So he do a lot for boxing. He putting the eyes in there. He got it on the biggest streaming platform of Netflix. So if you a novice guy that just want to see whatever, you're still coming to boxing. He's going to introduce you to Anthony Joshua. You know who Jake Paul is. Now you're going to be introduced to Anthony Joshua. You're going to be introduced to some of the girls. So, you know, he doing a lot. You know what I mean? You just got to kind of get past the antics and the shit talking that he do. But Jake Paul, he a good business guy.
Yeah,
I'm watching.
he
What?
is doing good business, and he is doing
Tomorrow.
good business, and yeah, it's tomorrow. He's
Okay.
doing good
Okay.
business, and I do agree with that part. He's putting a lot of people on. He, you know, what I mean, he put Mike Tyson on, you know, just to get him paid. So he's doing a lot of stuff, you know what I mean. But that's why I said it's all about the show, you know what I mean, and the show gets you more money, so he can put other people on. So you know what I mean.
But
I'm
that's
not.
not shenanigans though.
No, it's not. It's not those. You know what I mean. For that part, the business part is not shenanigans wise, but you know what I mean? The way how he goes about it when he's picking these boxes and stuff like that, that
But
was the shenanigan part for
but
me.
but right
In the
right
beginning.
now right now, but it is a gimmick to this too, right? There's a gimmick because he's the people who he's fighting. Like if you look at it, like Tank, big name, right? Tank's coming to him. He's a big name. Joshua, big name. Mike Tyson, big name. Like eventually, you're gonna run out of these people who are willing to even go in there and jump into the circus with you. He's gonna have to be that person. Like now, he will probably be able to still make money if he's the main event in a real fight. Like you really he can possibly do that. But how many people gonna keep? He's just gonna keep calling out these old fighters just to get in the ring with them, get them a payday. Eventually that's gonna get old.
Well, I think with him taking this Joshua fight, he can no longer dip back into that no more. So at this point
Mm.
going forward, it has to be boxers. He can't go back to fighting the MMA guy no more. He can't for the legit boxer at this point. A heavyweight at that. So
Yeah,
now going forward, it has to be boxers. So it's been
Even if
talk
he gets
about him
knocked
fighting,
out,
huh?
even if he gets knocked out.
Even if he gets knocked out. If he gets knocked out, it's because he got knocked out by a heavyweight. So now you go back down to middleweight shit. You know what I mean? Even if you want to go back to if you want to go down to cruiserweight, you could do that. So he's it's house money. So if
Mhm.
he get knocked out, he was supposed to. You know what I mean? So now he can go back down to, you know, whatever. He can fight who that the Spanish dude. Why am I forgetting his name? But like whether it was Rolly, whether it was you know, other people that, you know, he's called out before, Canelo, you know, that's his size. You
like
know, he could do that.
Benavidez.
You know, but he better not.
He feel
He better not. He better
Benavidez
stay
beat the
away
hell
from
out
him.
of.
But if he called out Anthony Joshua, why not call out Benavidez? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like so. People gonna fight him. At this point, you can't. So if you're a fighter, a lot of fighters is like, yeah, I'm not fighting them under, you know, that's a stain on me, this, that, and the other. But now Anthony Joshua fought him. So like, you know better than that. Like, you know, his resume, you put his resume up with anybody in boxing right now. So like, yeah, that's what it
Predictions.
is, man.
What you got? What we got? Predictions.
I'm not.
I got Jake Paul in the third round. No, I'm bullshitting. Nah, I got Joshua. I got Joshua in I give him 4 rounds.
Mm.
You know, it's crazy because I want to say that this man has enough sense to take this extremely serious, right? And not going to gamble too much. He's not going to gamble too much. And I think it's going to go later and it's going to be like, Josh, I think it might go decision
Mm.
convincingly, not no split decision. It's going to be
That's gonna
convincing,
be
but
bad on Joshua. He better not go no damn
I don't,
decision
I,
with no.
I don't think he's, I don't think he's going to stick himself out there enough. Like he's not going to engage in trade shots with him.
He
No,
gonna run.
and he gonna run if he have to.
Mm,
He'll run or he'll hold.
mm-hmm.
Like
Man,
yeah, I don't think he'll stand in there. Like he shouldn't stand in there, and he'll just extend the fight.
if
Listen,
Joshua go to the decision, that's gonna be a problem for
Yeah,
him. That's gonna be a big time problem for him going further
yeah.
with his career. I got Joshua and I'm gonna give it 5.
mm.
5.
Where your seats at?
Yeah,
I, yeah, where your seats at, Mr. Jackson?
yeah. I'm
Nah,
talking to
you,
me.
sir.
Right there.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna be doing. I'm watching on
Yeah,
TV. I don't
yeah,
know
you
what
gonna
he
see
talking about.
James come out there with that Frank Lucas fur right out there ringside. Like, oh shit.
Oh, the
You
hat
ain't
and
gonna see.
everything.
Yeah, nah, you ain't gonna see me. The only place I'm gonna be is right home. I'm gonna put that on and have some food and relax. That's all for me, man. I ain't going nowhere.
Just make sure you report. That's all.
Yeah,
There's
definitely
nothing to
make
report,
definitely.
buddy. It's nothing to report. I can tell you that much. But I can tell you, so you got 4 rounds, I got 5,
I got
and
decision.
all going decision, but it's all Joshua here.
Oh, Josh,
Mm,
I don't think he gonna lose
yeah,
a round.
yeah, me neither. Me
Mm.
neither.
Mm. We'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? By the next time we back on, we'll have the verdict and we can talk further about what we saw. You know what I
Definitely.
mean? We got where y'all want to go to next?
I mean, we can talk about some stuff. It's some what we got. We got the Hot 97 Morning Show fired, the Ebro, Rosenberg, Laura
Yeah.
Styles. We got we got some of the tragedies that's happening around the country, the Brown University shooter, the shooters in Australia, and that Bob Reiner
Mm.
situation with his son. So it's a couple things we could talk
Well, you
about.
know what? Yeah, let's do this, right? We got both of them here, so let's do the let's talk about the violence that's been going on, and let's give our condolences to the families that was all affected by all the violence that's been going on through Brown University to Australia to Rob Rayner. This stuff is crazy out here, man. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff going on locally as well. So, big shout out to the families and condolences. I know times is tough, you know what I mean? But what's up with these school shootings?
These school shootings, it seemed like you have it's different types though. From what I've been listening to, what I've been like trying to like just pick apart. You have some kids who like some of this stuff be mental illness, right? Like I think all of it is mental illness. So let me get that right. All of it is mental illness, but you have some where there's like deliberate. I'm pissed off at this individual or this particular school and I'm about to do something. You have some where it could just be a form of bullying or just hate of a certain people that's in that particular school. And I think it's layered, man, because you have like when you think about most of these school shootings, man, and the guns that they be having, like
Mm,
assault rifles and stuff, and how did they get these assault rifles and was it any type of signs or something that beforehand? Like it's a lot of different factors that lead up to it. And we seem to find out after the fact, right? Oh, this person was definitely struggling. He was being bullied or whatever it may be. But I think it's a lot of different layers to actually like before you could just pinpoint one thing. Um, but we would definitely need to start doing some type of mental checks. I think maybe for everybody. Everybody needs
right.
somebody that they could probably vent to. Um, assign, and it's difficult because you can't assign everybody at a college a social worker. Like it's impossible to do. Right. But in terms of how these people are getting these guns, that's probably the safest bet to how we can kind of decrease some of this stuff because they're not going in with handguns.
Yeah.
Right? They're not doing. They're going in with fully automatic weapons, and it's just it's bad, man. It's causing a lot of casualties, man.
Yeah, man. It's tough when you think about some of these school shootings, man. We all got kids, man. And, one thing as a parent, you send your kids out to these schools and to be, and, with the hopes that they get an education, and no matter what grade they in, no matter what part, what school they in, what level of school they in, they get an education, they go on about the lives that they their journey. And last thing you think is that they're going to be in a situation where they got to fight for their lives in school settings. And
Hmm.
this is one story after another, in the hundreds of stories that happens in this country where in an Ivy League school in Brown, even that's not safe, man.
Yeah,
In Providence and Rhode Island, you know what I mean. And it's unfortunate, man, that that two people lost their lives, nine other people got shot, and for what? Like, yeah, it's mental health issues, it's a lot of things like that, but like, damn, but like, what's scrambling in your brain was like, all right, let me
hmm,
do that. Let me get this big ass gun and start firing at random people just
Mhm.
cause. And it's tough, man. People lose their life just because some wires got crossed to somebody's brain, and now
yeah,
you become a victim of that. You know what I mean? It's not fair. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's unfortunate. But prayers up, man. Prayers up to
And
them
and
people
and as a student, like now with the way that things are going, right? I think America pretty much have had the most school
by far,
shootings in the world,
by
right?
far,
So
not even
now,
close.
like growing up where your parents probably could say, hey, be prepared because like anything could happen. The anything is happening now, right?
Yeah,
So if I'm on if I'm on a college campus now, I'm really thinking that this can happen at any day. Now I'm walking around in fear. As a parent, sending my kid to school, I would be like right now if it happened, I would be a little, and not even a little, I would be very scared.
yeah,
Like, wow, my kids on campus, they all by themselves. They out there trying to be young adults and stuff like that. You can't train. I don't care how many drills you do. You're not trained for a kid running around crazy with an assault rifle. Like you just not, man. So I think in this country we're going to school in fear. We go to work in fear. It's just we talking about terror. Like we living in it.
right.
Like
Uh,
forget
let me
forget what them other countries doing. It's terrorism, right? It's right here.
let me point this out that the suspect from that shooting was found today, not too long ago. He was found with a self-inflicted wound, so pretty
Mm,
much he took his own life. But like you said, Maul, this is supposed to be the land of the free. And no other places is having these incidents at these rates like it is over here. And that's a problem. You know what I mean? What are we doing differently that other places are getting it right and we are
yeah.
continuously failing at this topic, The problem, I always found the problem that you can walk into Walmart and get a long rifle and at 18. You don't have to get all the checks and stuff like that for a
Hmm.
long rifle. So it's kind of crazy. And, I mean, a lot of times you want to say, hey, what are we teaching our children? What are we, how are we paying attention to our children about what they're facing and what's going on and how do they handle situations? But you never know. Even as a parent, you never always know what your kid is going through
Hmm.
all the time. You know what I mean? And you never know when a situation can happen where things can just change in a heartbeat. And if they have the access with that mindset at that time, things can turn left. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, I always, when it comes down to school stuff like this, I always try to mention that with Jay, you know what I mean, with his school. It was a school shooting, but it wasn't, targeted to a school. It was shooters who was targeting Jewish people at the time, but they did it right across the street from the school. So they were shooting in the
Hmm.
school.
Yeah.
So he was terrified like every other child because they had to hide behind under desk and stuff like that. They had to get moved around and stuff like that. And he still talks about this to this day. And he was only in like second or third grade.
Mm.
So the thing is like, hey, he could tell me like, Daddy, they were shooting. And as a parent, I knew what was going on. So I roll up to the school trying to, see what I can do. And I hear the gunshots right there. So it's nerve-wracking, you know what I mean, as a parent. And it's just nerve-wracking as, if you're a staff member. So the thing is, what can we do differently as a country to get these things
Yeah.
down? Because it's too much right now,
You,
way
you,
too
you
much.
you know what though? But laws haven't really changed, right? So I think the answer to that question that you're saying is the one I don't know. But I think I always like to, like me and Sue, we're in this mental health field now, right? And I think we need to go back to what was going on when the numbers was down, right? Like when the
Mhm,
numbers was extremely low, and we really didn't have this. When it was, if one happened, it would be a major thing, and it would be on the news for so long. We were like, wow, it's so crazy. Now it's like almost like the norm, right? So I think we need to go back to find out like what was going on, and it points me directly to like emotional regulation. Like so many kids now are almost like they're programmed to crash out a certain way. Like
mhm,
if I say something to you, James, like fuck you, it's almost like you have an automatic response to go get a gun. Like some of these kids. So
mhm.
it's not even like, back in the day we grew up where people were still fighting, right? And if I said your mother, we probably would have a fight. Now it's like, oh, this person disrespected me. I'm going to get a gun. I don't think that these people have any other forms of regulating their emotion besides a major crash out.
Mm. Yeah, man. It's it's a lot to think about. Is what I mean, because it just and some of these things they can hit where it's like mass shootings, and then it can hit in tragedy where you hear about the whole thing with Rob Reiner, in that situation, and where his son Nick Reiner, killed him, and obviously, Rob Reiner being the legendary actor and filmmaker, he did, All in the Family. He was the son of Archie Bunker. The Princess Bride, Stand by Me. When Harry Met Sally. I think he did A Few Good Men. He was in Wolf of Wall Street. He was in a lot of different things, and I don't know, I mean, like it's this country is violent, man, and there's a lot that goes on throughout the course of throughout the course of our lifetime, and things that's happening. Like Maul was talking about the mental health piece of it all. That it got to start there, man. We can't ignore red flags. We can't ignore the signs that we see when people are starting to be unhinged and lose it. Like these people don't just wake up one day and say, "I'm about to shoot something up." Like it's red flags that happen that people ignore constantly. And I think that's what we got to do. We got to maybe it's some training that we got to create, that where we find a way not to ignore red flags and signs that somebody's about to lose it and things is about to happen, because these guys, they'll give you a warning. It's 9 out of 10 times it's some type of warning that we see, and it gets ignored, and we got to stop ignoring it and treating it as such, man. And hopefully when we stop doing that, we can prevent a tragedy.
Yeah. Condolences to the family from Rob Rayner. I mean, that is a crazy situation where, your own child takes your life, you and your wife's life. I mean, that's a crazy situation right there, man. It's hard to even, what I mean, to even think about all that crazy stuff because it happens so often. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
There's a lot of violence that happens so often. And, you hear different cases about the children, taking the parents' life and stuff like that. It just, as you, man, as you're a parent, man, you just think about it like, yo, you just look at your kids like, yo, just don't take me out, man. Take care of me, man. Please take care of me. I
Right,
work
right.
hard for you. You know what I mean? I sacrificed all my life for you. You know, it's funny too, because I was trying to explain that to Jay, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Because sometimes he will say, like, hey, I don't know what I'll do if you're not around. You know what I mean? So I tell him, I said, this is why I always try to prepare you for life. I always a little bit hard on you because say if something does happen to me, you gotta be the one to take over and be able to do things on your own. But I also explained to him, I'm saying, hey, you know what I mean? I sacrificed a lot, you know what I mean, for you. And I do everything I do is just for you. You know what I mean? I actually, you know what I mean? There's other parents who will go out and do things and stuff like that. I'm like, no, it's not me. I will be there for you as much as I can, you know, even when you get older. But, you know what I mean? We just hope the kids can see that and enjoy and don't take it for granted, man. That's all I can
Yeah.
say about that, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, just to close out, man, sending all the, prayers up to all the people that lost their lives, in these tragic events that we just talked about. And hopefully the families find healing, and hopefully we find answers to prevent these things from going on, man. But yeah, man, like this was a good pod right here, man. This was a good pod right here, man. We got through a lot of topics. We talked about a lot of things, some fun things, some serious things. But man, as usual, you know what I mean. We, it was good.
Yeah, it was good topics today, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully the boxing match is on tomorrow, so we will have some answers to our predictions. But until then, you know what I mean? Let's just keep it going, keep doing what we got to do for our children. You know, let's just keep having good times as much as we possibly can. And, you know, this is what we hear fatherhood at its best. You know what I mean? I think that everybody is doing an immaculate job, like we said last pod. And let's just keep it going, man. And on to the next one. We see you in the next pod.